Hi, my tarot bumblebees. It's Ethany. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are brand new here. And thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me via the internet. And I have a bit of a confession to make, everyone. 2024 got the heck away from me. And I know I'm not alone in this, but the time went so freaking quickly that I ended up at the end of the year with a stack of decks I never even opened. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing with you the first of a couple of videos that I'm going to be doing, and this is some mass market decks that I never got around to opening, and I would love to spend this time to share them with you so that I can start to curate more of my 2025 work. And so let's have a look. I'm going to swap over cameras. As always, all of the links to where you can get the decks are in the description box below, or where you can go and support the creator. But this being mass market, the great thing is these are all available right now and easy to find. So let's make myself feel a little bit better on catching up on some work that's left over from 2024 and check out some of these decks. And I tell you, one of the Oracle decks in here I'm so freaking excited about, and you're going to figure it out when I show you which one it is. So let's go do this thing. The Wild Reflections Tarot deck is by Spell, and they are available now on Amazon. This was a Kickstarter deck, but you can now get the whole, basically all of them on Amazon. And I think they use the Kickstarter campaigns to get funding for printing. Oh, upside down. So this is a 78 card deck and pocket guidebook. A lot of people sort of mentioned how similar to the Lightseers Tarot this is, and I can absolutely see the correlation or the connection there. So they have gilded edges. I haven't actually looked through these. A lot of these are going to be like that. Oh, I'm not in love with the... Oh, you can see my fingerprints all over it. Don't love that. Even I think the thing that also really brings this, people making the comparison, is even the font looks like the Lightseers deck. I don't have it on my desk right now, but doesn't it? It really does. This is, I think, maybe my third deck of Spells. And I actually like I really like the Neotetric Feminine deck. I have a couple of copies of that. They are from what I was able to see on their websites and everything, they are an all-female design and tarot team. It's a beautiful Six of Cups. Does not remind me of nostalgia at all, but it is gorgeous. Oh. Interesting. See, some of this feels a little like that's beautiful, the seagulls. Ah! But yeah, I can definitely see how people have said this is very much a rip. Oh my God, that is absolutely a take on, like, I need to put that aside because I need to go get the Lightseers now, because I'm like, this is also reminds me very much of my challenge card from my Awakened Soul Oracle. putting that one aside too. But yeah, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm definitely seeing it. And I do like that there's shells for the cups, but okay, so now we have the major. I'm gonna put that one aside. Anything that I'm seeing that has a very, like, I can see the gosh, these are so slippery, everyone, sorry. That I can see the major connection, and I'm going to miss some. It is a shame because, like, the art is really pretty, but it does, like, that's another one I'm going to put aside. It does really remind me, that is very much, I'm going to put that aside because that is very much the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. That's Nope, basically, like the movie Nope, which was really, really good. Yeah, okay. So I see why there has been a lot of talk about this being pretty much a heavily inspired. Should we call it heavily inspired? What do you all think? I would love to hear what you think, because I know that there was some talk about it. I do really like the pentacles being sunflowers. There was some talk about it, and I got it because I really liked the sunflowers as the pentacles. I remember that, and I back a lot of Kickstarters. I backed over 200 Kickstarters. So I wasn't, sometimes I just look at it and I'm like, oh, that's pretty, and then I don't do an awful lot of maybe like looking at things, but maybe I should. And I do like that that's a bow and arrow a lot. This Arnaturian, there's a card that she did for one of her decks that reminds me dead on that one, That also reminds me of the Lightseer's Tarot. Sometimes I think that maybe like artists who do like that's also Lightseers. Artists maybe do a Google of like a Google image. That's also Lightseers. That's also Lightseers. Of the cards, and then they use it as inspiration. And I think that might be something that has happened here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just throwing fuel on the fire here. I do like that Seven of Wands. And I know it's tarot, and I know that it might be hard to like find, you know, new inspiration with something that's been done, but it can happen. Okay. Because I was getting deja vu, I just went through the Lightseers deck and grabbed a few of the cards that I felt were very eerily similar. So first we have the Three of Swords. I mean, okay, I don't know. I'm just showing you these to see what you think here. This one is Justice, and that feels very, very similar. But if you have the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, it also reminds me of that card. So I got the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, which is this one. And actually, I think now looking at it, it reminds me more of the Lightseers. Yeah, I think so. Even though, yeah, so I think that's more what it looks like to me. This Eight of Swords, though, is like, oh, that's bad. I think that's pretty much the same thing. Am I wrong? Like, the perspective's a little bit different, but that's eerily similar. The other one is the Magician. It reminds me very much of the same. And again, they're different enough, but it just feels so similar. Even the color palette of the background going down into this yeah, anyway, I wanted to show you all because I wanted you to make your own mind up, but I do think that this was heavily inspired by The Lysias Tarot by Chris Ann Donnelly. So the book is very very sort of stock standard for Y spells. So here we have reverse and upright. Reminds me of a lot of what they've done before, but you do get quite a bit of information for a little white book, and it is standard tarot size for sure. The Bloodlands Oracle is by Amory Abbott, and this is the same creator for the Night for Tarot, which was one of my favorites for last year. And I actually saw this deck at Northwest Tarot Symposium, and I was so excited. This is by published by Red Feather Publishing, and when I saw this, I was so excited. So we have matte red edging, and this artwork is so gorgeous, and I think, well, I know it's going to work really well with the Nightfall Tarot. We have the elemental symbol. This is going to be so great. So when I was flicking through this at the Northwest Tarot Symposium, I thought, this is going to be great for pathworking. This is going to be fantastic for working with the shadow. I mean, with a title like the Bloodlands Oracle. This is going to be fantastic for working with location. And this could be if you're doing it with creative writing or you're actually doing it with a tarot reading. This is such a beautiful way to bring in the awareness of landscape and environment into your readings. Because, say, for example, you have the Cascade, you pull that in a reading, and then you get something like the Ace of Cups or Temperance or the Star card all feature this running water, especially the Star with the water going into on the ground and in the water, the cups, the water going outside of that cup and cascading over. It's really going to be like, this is such an important thing to pay attention to. And like, I can even see faces in these rocks, and Amory's attention to detail in the artwork is so beautiful. I love that you can see these dots in the actual backgrounds. It gives it this like almost Ansel Adams visionary experience, like the old bridge. So what cards do we think of with the bridge? We could think of the Chariot. We could think of the Five of Cups. I am obsessed with this deck already. As you can probably tell, I am going to be bringing this into my reading straight away because it is January as I'm filming this, and it feels very much into this winter space. And this reminds me of places that I've been in Yosemite National Park, in around Lake Louise here in Canada, and Banff, and just seeing things, even like if you go up to Squamish here, the high fells. What a beautiful way to marry the gorgeous outside with these. This reminds me of the Rebirth card for the Druidcraft Tarot. So I'm getting connections to this straight away. And obviously this is, what's happening in California right now. My heart goes out to you. So yeah, I am so looking forward to working with this as much as possible. I love the outdoors. I do a lot of hiking with my family and the dogs. As I mentioned, this is a beautiful intersection for nature and the tarot. And I just got full body chills because this card reminds me, I'm going to see if I can get the photo of it and put it in the video, of a mountain pass that I hiked in the Andes in 2012. And this represented for us the highest up we were going to go on the Lares trek. And it was hard going. We were very high up, very high altitude. And I'm a little Tortuga. Like I did it completely unassisted. Like I did it, but it was a challenge, and I trained before I left. And on the other side of this pathway, it looked exactly like this, except for it was a little lower down on either side, was this beautiful lake. And it was soon after this that I nearly fell off the side of a mountain because I got pushed by a donkey and tore my meniscus. And 3 days of going down a mountain because we're in the middle of nowhere was very painful. But this is just like that. This is such a embodied experience for me at a magical place in Peru, and life altering. And again, you can see there's people in these rocks. I'm getting a lot out of this deck, as you can tell. But I would love to hear if anybody else has seen this. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I love Ansel Adams. I've done a lot of nature photography. This reminds me of, I actually have a photo like that too, in color of, in Jasper, I want to say, outside of Jasper. Been to glaciers as well. So this just puts me right back in places, that the mountains and the forest and home. So as we finish on the forest, oh my God, what an incredible deck. So this is from Red Feather. I hope that if you haven't seen this, you see this and you just go run and get it, because I think this is stunning. As a matter of fact, I think I might actually go get myself another copy. Earth has no sorry that Earth cannot heal. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look at the introduction, because I just want to see. I know I'm bending it over. The Bloodlands is an internal landscape where cartomantic and geographic journeys are taken. Winding rivers, sprawling mountains, deep oceans, and vast forests stretch out in all directions, informed by your life. Explored, rediscovered, lived in, and died in many times over. Oh. The Bloodlands Oracle is designed as a guide through the waypoints, landforms, elements, and environmental cataclysms in that dark and ever-changing place. What world would you bring to light along the way? Gorgeous. So let's have a look at the meadow. Personal space, relaxation, pleasure. And then we have the information about the meadow and its element. The island. I am thrilled about this. So we have the readings as well. The climb. I love that. I really want to burst out in song now to the climb. The Odyssey. Beautiful. So this is, this is, I now really badly want to work with this creator. So if you ever watch this, Amory, let's talk, because I'm slightly obsessed with your art style. What a gorgeous deck. Bloodlands Oracle. I didn't show you the box, so I'm going to quickly show you the box. The box is a beautiful magnetic flip box, and we have some design on here too. So it is a really well designed box for the Bloodlands Oracle. Cat Full of Spiders is a Christina Ricci deck, and this is also done by Inside Editions. And from seeing this on her social media announced, I was really excited, and then I saw that it was fully illustrated and I was even more excited. Love this old book feel, and they have done some glamour. This is like a velveteen in there, and the spider. Really lovely, so you can put that on your bookshelf. These are the backs, and again, I really love the suits here as well. And then we have the guidebook. Now, I am a huge fan of a lot of the movies that Christina Ricci has been in. I loved her as Wednesday Addams, like iconic. Her and Angelica Houston were just the gothic shadow queens of my dreams. Just honestly, perfection, both of them. I love Sleepy Hollow. That one is one of my favorite movies. I adored her in pretty much anything she has been in, you know. I haven't seen Yellow Jackets, but, you know, Edward Scissorhands, yeah. So I also understand that this might seem a little like a, I guess like an ego-centric creation. But honestly, if I was as fabulous as Christina Ricci and I had a career like hers, I would be like, yeah, let's do this thing. Like, it's so beautiful and it's so well thought of. So I have a feeling that Christina actually knows a bit about the tarot because everything is actually well done. So we have thought around this, you know, like, I really appreciate that. I love that each one of these borders is different. And it's just super fun. Like, see, you've got, this is what I mean about when I talk about the Beetlejuice tarot and how you can take an iconic character and still marry it to the tarot. And it's the same thing here. We have the wheel behind with the fixed signs of the zodiac. We have Justice, you know, Little Red Riding Hood, but we have the pillars in, you know, there's just, it makes sense. Like, how cool is that? I haven't actually, this is the first time I'm going through this and seeing it. And I just think that whenever there's a themed deck, there is an opportunity to do it really well. And I think this is one of them. And I think there's mismarks. And whatever you think about this deck, I think this has been done extremely well. I would bring this at a Halloween party, at a Halloween reading session in a heartbeat. If I was going to put this in a category of themed decks that smashed it, this would be one of them. There's a few, like the Golden Girls Tarot, again, did the same thing, really well done. The Office Tarot, I'm a huge fan of The Office, really well done. And again, I don't know all of these characters. I really don't. So, but I do like that there is a little bit more to go on with the minor arcana in most of the cards. Is this like Speed Racer or Tron or something? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But I do feel like at least there is this thought process of what's actually happening here. That's Wednesday Addams at the camp, for example. Yeah, it's just, and there's lots of cats because, of course, the deck is called Cat Full of Spiders. And see here, we've got the Six of Cups. This is Oz, maybe? I don't know. Again, I'm not quite sure. But I do, oh, that's so cool. That's a cool Queen of Swords. I do really appreciate that there has been a bunch of thought put in this. Oh, that's a really cool Ace of Swords. I do like that. And each of the suits definitely has its own vibe. Like, you can see this cross-hatching in the artwork here. It's very black and, you know, more black and white and muted tones for the swords, which makes sense. So really fun. And this reminds me of a card that I did. So here we go here. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the guidebook. The cardstock is matte and nice cardstock, like a lot of their decks are. So concept by Christina Ricci and Felipe Flores. And so written by Minerva. So she's written the books and has done a lot for Inside Editions. Like the heroines Winnie, Angela, Marlena and April. Okay, so yeah, we've got lots of her heroines here. Okay, I wanted to see, so say we have the wands. Okay, the sound of your urgent footfalls against grimy city pavement echoes off the damp walls of a dark alley. Electronic beeps and mechanical whirls reverberate nearby as the oppressive robots of the city of neon stomp through the night, hunting you down. Okay, and then say cups. The Witch's Castle in the Kingdom of Cat Valley. So this is a very, very specific, I think, group of people. Oh gosh, that's probably not the best way of saying this. A witch is coming. A bit more of that horror-esque. And then we have Valley Port and Neon. So yeah, it is really, really sweet. And I think if you really like cats and if you're really into, if you're a big fan of Christina Ricci and you like the theme of the deck and the look of it, this is actually something that for me I find would actually be readable. So that's the Cat Full of Spiders tarot. The Nova Witch Tarot is a deck I've been really looking forward to. This is by Suki Ferguson with artwork with Ana Navarez. And I have a feeling this is the same artist who did the Mirror of Souls Oracle, which is a deck that I really, really like. This is by Australian publisher Blue Angel. And I just want to see if this is the same person. I don't know, it's not really saying, maybe. But I think it is. It reminds me very much of the art, if it's not. So I'll go through the book later. The cards are bigger than a standard tarot deck. So this is my Cosmic Wisdom. So it's quite a lot bigger. Just to give you a size comparison. The cardstock is the sort of velvety feeling cardstock, but at least it doesn't show your fingerprints, which really annoys me. It's not gilded for those who need to know that kind of information. The back is very simple, but it is reversible. Really so excited that I have this deck. I just wish that I think they're a little bit harder to get here in North America, but in Australia it might be a little bit easier. So the Fool. I really love the art style. I feel like this is going to be a deck that I work with probably pretty much straight away, unless there's something that comes up that's a little bit like, oof. Okay, this does remind me of the Numinous. The Numinous, if you don't know, they are an astrology website they started as an astrology website. They now have tarot and they have decks as well. This reminds me very much of one of their kind of designs. With these cards, I do get the I guess the look of it. Yeah. I've just seen so many decks that do this with major arcana, and yeah, I just wish it was more like that, right? Like, she would have been just so beautiful if we had a little bit more in her background, like the eagle or a throne, but because this looks like this was definitely created to be a tarot deck. It's not something that has been, we're going to throw together a tarot deck, but maybe those cards were done more at the beginning and then it wasn't sort of, I don't know, or I'm overthinking it. But this is such a sweet deck. I can see that this will be something that younger people are really going to be into, like people coming to the tarot as maybe young adults. And it kind of, because it does have that kind of younger vibe, I really like this devil card. That would be a cool horror movie poster as well. Okay, so we have more of the cards that look like this. That's fair. Beautiful moon. What a gorgeous moon card. That's a beautiful sun as well. This one's interesting because this almost looks like the person, the dancer in the world is a little sad with that body language. I know that it's probably like a getting ready to dance, a beginning position, but I guess that's the vibe, right? Beautiful Three of Cups. So some of the cards, as you can see, are quite minimal, and then other ones are a little bit more in depth. Like the Nine of Cups is an interesting one to have no person in, because a lot of the time that card, especially in the Rider-Waite-Smith, talks about a quote-unquote smug or someone who looks very self-satisfied, and not quite sure I would get self-satisfaction. That's beautiful. They're multi-generational hands. Love the page or girl. Not sure how I feel about, why would you call it a girl but then have the knight? Why wouldn't you just keep it as a page? Okay, thinking out loud. King and queen. That feels weird to me, but that's just me. Really love that Ace of Wands. I actually had a wand that looked exactly like that. This is also reminding me a little bit of the Lumina Tarot in a way. So here we have a very Marseille, also Thoth-esque card. Great Six of Wands. But do I get victory from that? No. Do I get, like, I don't know, romantic lead in a book with a beautiful black horse? Yes. So this is, but Eight of Wands. It's very Rider-Waite-esque, Interesting. Again, I find this girl thing really weird. Beautiful queen. This reminds me of a artist, oh my gosh, I can't remember her name on Instagram, but she does a lot of blindfolded people with she's Australian, watercolor art. Again, don't really get heartbreak from that. Really like that Four of Swords. I think this imagery with like the girl reminds me more of the Eight with the hand. So yeah, the more I'm kind of going through this, the more I'm seeing that it's very a vibe, but I don't know if it's something that I could actually read with. And this is another reason why I do these videos, right? I would rather you get to look through the whole deck and see. That's cool. But again, does that give me repetitiveness and mastering your skills? Not really. Does it give me... Oh, sorry, I'm getting back to my thought. You know, so you can see what you're getting and make that decision. It's really beautiful. It is really, really beautiful. I just don't know if now looking through it, if it's something that I can actually read with, which is a bit of a bummer because I was really looking forward to it. Yeah, so we have a woman. This is for the minor arcana, so this is what you will get in the book. So it is color printed. So then we have the fool's a bit of a fool's journey, how to do a reading. So this is very targeted, and this is exactly what happens when you pitch a deck or you're working on a deck. It needs to have a very specific target, and I feel like I know who this is targeted to. A deck for curious souls in search of magic. So do I think it's beautiful? Yes. Do I think that some of these cards, look, we're back to the guy on the cover of, or the protagonist's love interest in a book. Yeah, I think that would be gorgeous. But do I think that it's readable? I don't know. Jury's out. What do you think? Let me know. This is the Sigil Witchery Oracle by the amazing Laura Tempest Zakroff, and this is a 60 card deck for drawing magic. And if you don't, I have Laura's book on sigil magic, and we have a ton of art prints from Laura. We got a lot of them the last time we saw, last time we were at the same event. So the box comes in this, as I spill it everywhere, this sectioned box. So it's just to keep it nice and compact. This is published by Llewellyn, as I have made an absolute blinking mess. Oh, it's blank. Maybe that means something. Maybe we get to do our own. So there's 3 blank ones. As you can see, it has lots of gorgeous shiny shines. And it's small. I'm going to get that out of the way because it is very bright. So again, I'll show you a standard tarot. So this is going to be really fun because you can use it in a lot of different ways. The back is gorgeous. So we have, oh, as I always drop it, we have sigils that you can use. Oh, some of them are stuck together. Oh, I love doing that. I'm going to have to do the prying of them. So let's just, hopefully you could hear that. I love that sound. So you can use these in magic. You can use it in divination. You can use it to create almost like a grid sigil. I love the rainbow, the rainbow hollow, because it's just such a fun way to make those symbols pop. But then we have the symbols in the background as well, which is fabulous. And it is simple 100%, but that's the point. It's meant to be something that you can build on and work in a number of ways. So because it is that lovely simplistic deck, it has versatility. And yeah, I mean, this kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the symbols that were in James Eade's Oracle in his big box set that he did a couple of years ago. This is going to be really, really fun to work with. And we all have different connections to these symbols, as universal as they are. They're going to mean different things to different people. So here we have a sigil called Symmetry. And this is a full large sigil that Laura has created. Then we have Trail. So we have some of the larger sigils in here. And then we have ways that you can use these symbols to build something larger, just like that Symmetry one. Beautiful. Really, the magpie me is like, ooh, ooh. Okay, so we actually have 6 blank ones, and I'm going to say this has been done on purpose to allow you, the user, to create your own. So another lovely little deck for people who don't have, you know, large hands. Just has done just so much work, Laura. Okay, so then we have the list of cards as well, and then introduction. So 54 images and 6 additional blank cards for you to incorporate other symbols of your choosing. The 42 image cards feature universal marks and simple shapes that make up most of the symbols you've already likely encountered. I've also included some slightly more complex shapes and symbols that are useful for crafting sigils and have a largely universal and practical feel to them regardless of traditional culture, such as the eye, wings, scales, key, and anchor. There are 4 cards to represent the classic elements of earth, air, water, and fire. You bring the spirit, which are helpful for designing rituals and spells, as well as adding symbolic meaning. So, I mean, there is a lot in here for you to dive into. And then look at all the information here. So we have the oval, the description, the meaning, the keywords, the connect, and apply, and then a notes section. Like this is like a workbook as well as a meaning book. And then we have additional design considerations, numbers, colors, zodiac, alphabets and letters, and then conclusions. So this is utterly fabulous. I love the shiny cover as well. If that's a bit too much, here we go. Because I know the light in here is very bright. But this is the Sigil Witchery Oracle, 60 cards for drawing magic. Smash. Cannot wait to work with this. What a deck. The Seaborn Kipper Divination cards is a deck by Thomas Wiltholt and the art by the incredible Ciolo Thompson. And this is by Llewellyn. It's a little... Kipper is meant to be small if you have not worked with it before. So it's meant to have the poker size small card design. And we have the guidebook as well. I love Ciolo's art. I have been a huge fan since her very first Line Strider, which I backed on Kickstarter, 2015 or something. Those are the backs. So Kipper is much more like the Lenormand. It's based on, from my remembering is that it is based on the German Game of Hope. As someone who grew up by the ocean, who wanted to be a marine biologist, love. So we have 4 principal cards, which are meant to be like you or the person the reading is about and other people that play in the reading. So I do love that there's those 4. Often in Kipper and sometimes in Lenormand, you get more than one of those. So we have marriage, meeting. Her art is so beautiful. Wise one, just gorgeous. Caring one, so freaking talented. Letter. And I apologize if you're going to start hearing my dash hound. He wants attention. False person. Look at those sharks. I love sharks. Change. So this is meant to be read in a grid or a connecting reading, much like the Lenormand, if you've never worked with Kipper before. Ambitious one. Sad news. But like, it's very like, hello, this is very to the point. Success and love. I mean, you can't really get anything else from that. Thoughts or the octopus. Gift. Child. Funeral. House. And you can see some of these are similar to the cards in the Lenormand. Living room, but some of them are very different. Military, courthouse, theft, naughty little crustacean, high honors, great fortune, unexpected treasure, expectation, prison. Oh no, that's not good. We don't like that. Official matters, short illness, sorrow. I love this. Murky thoughts, work, long way, and hope. I did say the Game of Hope, right? I think that is the... So we have full colour. We love that. Printing. This came out in 2024. This is a first edition, and everything that Ciolo does is incredible. I have everything of hers, everything. And Hermit's Mirror, Hi Thomas. Then there's Ciolo. Introduction. So I think it might be in here too. The Kipper. I'm not sure if it tells you about the actual... So it is a fortune-telling deck, by the way. So do know that you're going to be able to use some of your Lenormand reading technique experiences with the Kipper. And then you have, let's have a look at one of the card meanings. Let's not look at short illness. Let's find something a little nicer. Living room. Okay, so keywords: closeness, comfort, intimacy, interior, immediacy, privacy, safety, and authenticity. So that's the keywords, and then there's more information. And then questions from the deep and affirmation. But again, you're meant to read this in... So... Oh my God, honestly, I did not mean to be, but like if you were reading it like that, funeral, short illness, and principle. So you're meant to read it together. It's meant to connect together. Great example there, Anthony. Anyway, I really, really love Ciolo's artwork. I love divination decks. I love the ease of them, the to the point of them, and the Seaborn Kipper is not something that I will be letting go of. Can't wait to work with it. The Enchanted Forest Felines Tarot is by Jen Sankey and art by Iva Duick. And what a gorgeous little, almost like folk art deck. This is by Llewellyn, and I love the little cutout here, and it's just a really sweet little deck. Normally we get the big fat boxes, but this is really sweet. I wonder if they're going to be doing more of this size. Really enjoy the back design here of these two cats. The cardstock is a pretty standard cardstock. Some people are going to think it's a little thin. That fool is everything. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I think people are going to think this might be a little thin, but I'm not too pressed about it. I do prefer the linen finish they've been doing on a lot of their decks, but that's okay. The catnip, it's so cute. The Magician. So if you are, oh my goodness, what a pretty kitty. If you are a cat lover, and there are quite a few cats out there. Yes, there are a few cats out there, but there are also quite a few cat decks out there. This might be something that you're really drawn to. I don't know that much about cats, so I can only tell you very little about anything beyond like, oh, look, it's a cat. Yeah. But I really like how, again, you've got these cats in classic tarot positions with some classic tarot symbols. So the burning tree, the snake, the angel cat. That makes me happy. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, but ridiculous. But cute. Look at the cat's face. That really tickled my fucking funny bone. Let me just look at this cat's face. Oh my gosh, these poor squirrels. There is a story behind this card. It cracks me up. It's so cute. Oh, I love this art style so much. Oh, that hermit is so sweet. And I wasn't laughing to make fun of it, by the way. I thought it was adorable. So this is so well thought out. Beautiful Justice card. Like really well thought out. Gorgeous Death card as well. So Temperance. I really, really love this. The time and effort that's been put into making this something that's really readable. Beautiful black cat for the star. I really like that. And the cat. I think oh my gosh, the sun is so sweet. This would be such a perfect like spring deck. I have never done a dog deck. I haven't actually unboxed any dog decks, so maybe this year will be the year that I get to do that. The cat up the tree. It's almost like, let me hold this for you so it doesn't bend over and then you get whipped away. Of course, they're going to be up in trees and branches. Oh my God, it's so sweet. I love this. This would be a deck that my mum is a huge cat person, and this is a deck that I would 100% give her to work with because I think she'd love it. So there we have branches for wands. Whoa. He's so adorable. Oh, the little salamander, little lizard. So cute. Oh, the queen is adorable. See, like I'm not a cat I'm deathly allergic to cats, first of all. And it's not that I don't like cats. I'm deadly allergic to cats, deathly allergic to cats and guinea pigs and things like that. But I've always grown up around dogs. Love dandelions for swords. Oh, that is such a beautiful 3 of swords, if you can say that. But look at that. The little mouse, the feather. Like, there's so much in this. Like, the progression of those dandelions. What a gorgeous deck. Oh. This is so sweet. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Oh, and gentle, right? So like, no, I don't really want to see 10 swords coming out of a cat, but I love that these are dandelions and it's more of a gentle way of expressing that card. The background in this is stunning. These pages are killing me with these little hats. They're so cute. That is so fun. I can't even. So cool. Onward we ride. It's just so fun. I love the colors in this. Mushrooms. Oh my goodness. So these are pentacles. Oh my goodness. Oh. Just so sweet. It's like a country cottage. Oh, little snail. Anytime I see a snail. A country cottage with all of these cats, maybe a cat sanctuary or haven. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I can't even. That is adorable. I love that there's been thought put in these court cards, like the team Jen and Iva have done, or Iva, I think, have done such a great job. And of course, sources, of course. 2 of sources. I love this. So beautiful. Gorgeous. Love that 7 of sources. Also really love that one as well. 9. These pages, I think are some of my favorite pages. They're so cute. Oh, that's so pretty. That's a Persian, right? That is beautiful. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. What a gorgeous deck. I really like this deck a lot. And then as we go into the guidebook, so this is the curious little creatures here. The pages, like, honestly, they give me so much life. I can't even. Oh. So it's interesting because that's the sun, but we have the Fool here. So we don't have any pictures, but that's okay. Catomancy upright and reversed. And then we go into the Minor. And then tarot spread the paws. Okay. It's meow whenever. That is so cute. Really sweet. So there's quite a few in here. The cat's meow. Kitty cuddles. Oh, love. What a sweet, sweet deck. So this is the Enchanted Forest Felines Tarot, and yeah, beautiful. Next we have the Beetlejuice Tarot deck by Inside Editions. And I did open this and spoiler alert, not terribly impressed with this deck. I do love the artist. I do love the design. I especially love that pattern in the bottom of the box. But I did say, we were talking about this deck somewhere, and I just have to accept the fact that I'm not the target audience for, I think, a lot of Inside Edition decks, which I feel are more geared towards younger people. And maybe if this came out when I was a tarot noob, I would have really enjoyed it. But this, like, fold out, I'm really not here for it. This is clunky as shit. Like, I don't know who on the design team thought this was a good idea, but who wants to unfold this blinking thing? I can't even fit it on my desk right now because of the setup I've got. It is so big. It is like the size of a map, and then you're going to have to like flip it around and try and find it. And I'm just like, who came up with this idea? Not only that, but if I show you, if I can get my shit together here. Okay, so this is the Fool, and we have the upright position and a little bit about the character, and then the reversal. But then if you look on the back, see here, you've got just some text. So trying to find... I'm just putting that on the floor. I can't even, with putting it back together, trying to find the text and everything. I hate it. I hate that. I think that's just stupid, but that's just me. Really love the back design again here. It's interesting because it's not the Beetlejuice green though, which I don't know if that was just a print thing, but I do like the type of cardstock that they've used. It's that sort of, it's matte, and it's not going to show you fingerprints. But as I was going through this, this is just one of those, for me, very kitschy theme decks where you either are just so obsessed with Beetlejuice that you need to have it, or you're a you're a younger person who is really into it. I don't know. I am probably being a little, I don't know, maybe harsh, but this is unreadable for me. I don't know how the Knight of Pentacles, being Miss Argentina, I do love her character though in the movie. Yeah, I don't. Some of it I understand. Some of it I don't understand at all. And I don't know. It just seems really, really kitschy. I'm not going to go through the entire deck because, I don't know, guys. It's just me. I think some of them are really good. Like, that's good. I think that, you know, this movie is really fun. Maybe coming out of the sandbox a little bit, if this was something that was pitched to me to do with art, I would take these characters and maybe not put them directly into a scene in the movie. So play in the sandbox of Beetlejuice, but not so strictly in the movie. And Catherine O'Hara is perfect in everything she does. I love her so much. So, for example, you could have him still in the throne of the King of Swords and have more symbols there to play with. Same with Catherine O'Hara's character. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, like, that's, you know, snapshotted out of a scene from the movie. And I get that's what they were trying to do. But I feel as though that is, like, how is that Eight of, you know, yeah, I think it's just a little too literal in the sense of copy paste from the movie. But again, that's just me. Anyway, love the art. Really, really like the art design. And I think that it's going to be for some people, but it's just not for me. So that's the Beetlejuice tarot deck. I would love to hear if anyone has worked with this, because for me, I'm just like, I flipped through it and I was like, that's a hard pass. So yeah, let me know if you've ever worked with it. Now I have the Grateful Dead tarot deck, and this is by Weldon Owen, but I'm pretty sure that is a Inside Edition's business, like a printer subsidy, I think, because the same people, like Simon & Schuster, are the parent company for Inside Editions, and when things get sent to me from them, that's what's on the like packing slip. So I think it's the same. I am not a deadhead. I think that's what people are called, like the fans of the Grateful Dead. But this deck I have seen a little bit of, and I think it's done really well from what I've seen very little of. So it is an official tarot deck and guidebook for the Grateful Dead. And the art is by Erin Cadigan, and the author is Elizabeth Jezerowski. And I'm probably saying that incorrectly, so I really apologize. The backs are so cool. I really love the back design. And yeah, I think it's pretty fantastic. And from what I've seen already, I think this is going to be a really fun psychedelic deck that I could actually work with. I mean, again, I'm not a Grateful Dead, like a huge fan, but I know who they are. I love the little turtle here. I love all the symbols. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that they used tarot art in a bunch of their albums and stuff, or tours, and this is why this was kind of created next to it. So the Fool is the storyteller, but look how much detail is in that. Musician, Don't Tread on Me. I know that one. Lady. So this is a little different, and look at these lions, these standing lions as the pillars. Mother. The skulls are so cool too. Father. So this would be a really fun deck to bring out at Halloween, but like even at like a folk festival or a music festival if you're ever reading somewhere like that. But the symbols and everything it's been really thought about. The Saint, the Lovers. So as you can see, some things have been changed. Journey. Hero. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. That is a really, really cool card with the snake and the bees. And look, the lemniscate there, and then this honey spilling out from the mouth. I'm sure if someone who's watching this is really into the Grateful Dead, they can tell me how these all play into the music. The Attic. Cosmic Wheel. Fire. Very cool. Blues. River. Doorway. Are these songs? Wolf. Mirror. I'm looking it up. Fountain. Oh, look, that's a beautiful star card. Mystery. Sunflower. Four Winds. Oh, that's so cool. Eyes. Terrapin. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, so is this the cups? I think the roses are the cups. Oh, this is going to be, yeah, I think these are the cups. This is where it might get a little bit tricksy. But it is really beautifully done. Oh, that's cool. Has anyone worked with this? Yeah, these are the cups. So the roses are the cups. And then we have Terrapin again, which is Ace of Skulls. And I'm going to say this is Pentacles or Swords. Might be Swords. We'll have to... Yeah, I think it's Swords. Ah, that page is cool. That Queen is also really cool too. Okay, the Terrapin, these might be wands. Yeah, I think these are wands. Yeah, I think so. It definitely has a very strong aesthetic. I really like the border as well. Oh, that's so cute. And then we have, these must be the pentacles. Yeah, the pentacles are the bears. And again, this all has probably a lot more meaning for someone who is really into the Grateful Dead, but at least I can tell this has been really thought about. So let's have a look quickly at the book. Okay, and then we have Say for the Wolf, which is the Devil card, Temptation, Bondage, Deceit, reversed. And then let's have a look at the Minor Arcana. Just going to, so here we go. The suit of roses is water, the suit of skulls is air, the suit of bolts is fire. And then the suit of bears is earth, and we get a little bit of basic numerology here. But yeah, I am sure that this is something that a lot of Grateful Dead fans really, really like. And there is a good amount of tarot information in here as well. So a lovely intersection of a themed deck done well. The Tarot for All Ages is a deck that I purchased at a local bookstore. It's by Elizabeth Hadel, and it looked really, really cute. Designed by Georgia Charion. And yeah, I found this in a bookstore and I thought, hey, let's give this a whirly whirl. The back design is a nice sacred geometry, very easy to work with back. The cardstock is it's pretty basic for a mass market. It is bowing a little bit even straight out of the box, but I also live in the Pacific Northwest where it's very moist. I know I got a bunch of people with that word. It is very wet, you know, a lot of the time. So that could be that. But I know that I'm trying to think of another deck that had this kind of cardstock recently, but it's not great. But for a mass market deck that you're going to maybe learn with or shuffle the crap out of, does it matter? I don't know. I really was here for wanting to see the design. The idea of this deck is exactly what the title says. This is meant to be for all ages. So here you're going to see, oh, I really like that Empress. You're going to see, I think, softer imagery. I really like the stick. That's a very impractical, a very pretty stick. Staff. So unity instead of the lovers. The Chariot is really sweet with those seahorses. Strength. Really like that Hermit card quite a lot. I think it's really cute. This almost has a storybook art style. I really like how the water birds are carrying the surrender, the hanged man. Rebirth. You know, it reminds me of a lot of the art I saw in Europe in the children's books and things like that. Like I will go to a bookstore anywhere in the world, and I did in London and in Rome. I didn't get to as many as I wanted to because we were so sick. I love this art style. Oh, look at that sun. Beautiful idea. So that's meant to be Judgment. Okay, interesting. So the numbers are in the picture in a bunch of places, and at least the number is you're able to really see it. I like that this is almost like an Angry Birds thing, right? Like something like hits that stilting and it's going to go all the way down. But then you can see there's mountains in it too, and words in there as well. So like a Y, an A, an N. So a H down here. But I would prefer it to just be the normal like 5 of discs or whatever they're calling it. I'm going to say it's discs just because of what I'm seeing here, but just to make it easy, I mean, it is pretty easy. Oh no, they call it pentacles and it's not even a pentacle. That's also something that's kind of weird. So a pentacle is a specific symbol and there's no pentacle inside. So I don't know why they couldn't have just done the same thing. She's gorgeous. So we have, just to back that up a bit, we have apprentices instead of pages, stewards instead of knights, guardians instead of queens, and sages instead of kings. So I'm going to say this is wands. Yeah, that's kind of bugging me a little bit. Where's your snail? That's beautiful. Look at that. The labyrinth. But I do also, I mean, I get what they're trying to do with it, but for me, it would have just been easier to have, but it'd be nicer to just have the regular title, but that's just me. Like, it's so random to have like this tiny little 10 on this big ass bag. It's like, it just feels weird. But again, I really love the art style. Really, really like the art style. So I kind of, this is just me. And I know from working with publishers, I do like that 3 of Swords, that there are design elements and design choices that you do not have final say on, right? Like, I know that. So that could have been something that was taken out of the hands of the creator. So if you ever come across something and you're just like, why did they do that? Please know, especially if it's mass market, please know that there is a panel usually of people that make these decisions. And the creator, author, designer, artist only has so much say. I have been overridden a number of times, and that's just one of the things that it comes with. Whoops. Working with a larger publishing house. But I do see how these are very storybook, and they could be perfect for someone who is really into this artwork and is looking to dive into the tarot. I do feel like your numerology knowledge is going to come into play a lot in this deck. So we have in the guidebook, Welcome to Tarot for All Ages, an introduction, how to read the cards, okay, some spreads, tarot activities. That's cute. And then we jump into the meanings here. And then we have the numbers. So the numeral 1 refers to beginnings, opportunities, and potential. So I do see here, I was right. This is going to be a lot of numerology. And I'm sure it's the same in the minor. Okay, the Suit of Pentacles. So, I mean, like, it gives you a decent amount of information. This is really cute. So if you're really into it, it's a mass market. It's reasonably priced. Have you seen this before? I would love to hear if you've seen this in your bookstore. So that's Tarot for All Ages. Which one was your favorite from the decks that I've shared with you that were sent my way? I would love to hear from you in the comments because, as you know, leaving a little comment and a little like on my channel, it's free and it does a lot to help my channel. So I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time.